In the vast, awe-inspiring expanse of the Monsterverse, we have seen legendary alpha titans who dominate the world using devastating blasts of atomic breath, or those who ruthlessly rule through massive, mountain-crushing muscle and deep, sinister intellect. But have you ever stopped to truly imagine a terrifying cosmic entity so powerful that just by flying over a modern, high-tech city, the entire landscape is immediately flattened and completely obliterated into absolute ruins without the beast ever firing a single shot of energy? It is time to forget about the peaceful, majestic flying myths of old, because today we are talking about Rodan, the legendary fire demon, clawing his way out from the boiling, molten magma depths of the Isla de Mara volcano. This airborne nightmare does not just possess massive, fire-fringed wings capable of setting the entire sky ablaze. He also carries a fiercely aggressive, wildly untamed personality, making him completely willing to challenge the ultimate kings of the monster world. He is the absolute definition of a walking, flying natural disaster, dragging catastrophic firestorms and shattering shockwaves wherever he goes, instantly transforming any battlefield into a hellish, burning wasteland. Welcome back to the Sci-Fi Nexus. Today, we are finally unlocking the comprehensive power profile of Rodan. Just how unbelievably strong is this fire demon, and why exactly is he considered the most untamable, chaotic terror of the Monsterverse skies? Let's dive straight in and find out right now. To truly grasp the terrifying nature of Rodan, we must journey back into the forgotten annals of human history, long before organizations like Monarch began tracking the movements of these giant beasts. Deep within hidden, subterranean caverns across the globe, ancient cave paintings and sacred stone murals left behind by lost civilizations tell the story of a winged demon born directly from the flames of the earth. In these prehistoric myths, Rodan was not viewed merely as an oversized animal, but as a literal god of destruction, a fiery deity deeply feared, worshipped and appeased by early humanity who witnessed his apocalyptic flights. These legends prove that his presence has always been synonymous with the raw, volatile power of the planet itself. In the modern era, Monarch discovered that this ancient legend was terrifyingly real, sleeping soundly inside the restless, boiling core of the Isla de Mara volcano in Mexico. This active volcano served as a specialized bio-volcanic incubator, hosting Rodan in a unique state of prolonged hibernation that defies traditional biological understanding. Over countless millennia, his body completely adapted to and assimilated with the extreme subterranean environment. He didn't just survive the molten rock. His entire physiological ecosystem merged with the magma, transforming the lethal, crushing heat of the volcano into a vital source of metabolic sustenance. This volcanic pyre acted as a protective embryonic sac, slowly fusing a dense layer of igneous sediment directly onto his skin, creating an indestructible crust. By choosing the most hostile environment on Earth as his resting place, Rodan engineered a flawless defense mechanism, allowing his power to simmer and grow until the day humanity foolishly disturbed his fiery, deep slumber. When we examine the terrifying biological makeup of Rodan, we reveal a bio-volcanic physiology that is completely unique among the titans of the Monsterverse. His entire anatomical structure is engineered to withstand and project extreme volcanic destruction. The most prominent feature of his anatomy is his hyper-durable outer hide. Over thousands of years spent submerged in molten rock, a thick, heavy crust of rocky magma sediment has fused directly onto his skin, creating a natural suit of armor made of reinforced volcanic rock. This dense, igneous plating acts as an incredibly resilient shield, allowing Rodan to absorb massive physical punishment, shrug off heavy military artillery, and survive direct, crushing impacts from rival titans without fracturing his skeletal frame. But his defenses go far deeper than just a rocky shell. His internal anatomy is a literal furnace. Rodan features an internal thermal circulation system where actual molten magma flows through his veins instead of blood. This liquid fire circulates throughout his body at thousands of degrees, making him completely immune to extreme heat, burning environments, and any fire-based attacks launched by his enemies. This constant internal inferno means that Rodan continuously radiates a massive wave of superheated thermal energy into the sky around him. During active combat, the sheer heat coming off his body completely burns the oxygen in the surrounding air, creating a shimmering heat warp that can scorch enemy fighters and set nearby structures ablaze without him ever making direct physical contact. He is a flying, living volcano, wrapped in indestructible stone and powered by the rages of tectonic energy. While his volcanic armor makes him a walking tank, Rodan's true crown in the hierarchy of the Monsterverse is his absolute dominion over speed. He is, without a doubt, one of the fastest moving titans on the entire planet, ruling the skies with unmatched aerial velocity. When Rodan fully unfurls his massive, magma-fringed wings and takes flight, he quickly accelerates to supersonic speeds, completely shattering the sound barrier. This rapid displacement of air doesn't just create a loud noise. His sheer aerodynamic force generates massive, devastating pockets of low atmospheric pressure directly in his wake. As he zips through the clouds, he essentially drags a localized, artificial hurricane behind his tail, converting the simple act of traveling into a localized extinction event for anything caught directly beneath his flight path. We witnessed the full, terrifying reality of this speed during the iconic cinematic sequence over Isla de Mara in Godzilla, King of the Monsters. As Rodan flies directly over the local city streets, he doesn't need to physically touch a single object, drop weapons, or breathe fire to cause absolute chaos. Instead, the monstrous wind, violently displaced by his giant wings, creates a continuous, earth-shattering, sonic boom that acts like a kinetic shockwave of pure destruction. The hurricane-force winds wipe out everything below, effortlessly tearing apart military fighter jets mid-air, causing them to explode into spinning metal scraps. Down on the ground, entire rows of modern, reinforced high-rise buildings are violently ripped open, their roofs blown off, and their structures completely leveled into rubble in a split second by the mere shockwave of his presence. This signature sonic thunderclap transforms Rodan from a simple flying predator into a living weapon of mass destruction, capable of erasing human civilization from the map just by soaring gracefully through the sky. Beyond his devastating supersonic shockwaves, Rodan is an exceptionally brutal, close-quarters combatant when he decides to directly engage his targets. His evolutionary toolkit features an array of lethal, primitive weaponry designed to tear through the defenses of even the most heavily armored alphas. Chief among these tools is his massive, hooked beak, which is structurally reinforced by volcanic minerals to be as dense and unyielding as tempered steel. This powerful beak can strike with the force of a hydraulic press, easily puncturing thick alien hides and crushing bone. Complementing his lethal bite are his massive, talon-tipped feet. These razor-sharp claws are continuously infused with the immense thermal heat generated by his bio-volcanic circulatory system. When Rodan grips an opponent, his burning talons can easily melt and slice through protective scales, anchoring himself firmly onto heavy-hitting titans, while simultaneously searing their flesh with extreme heat. What truly defines Rodan's close-quarters efficiency, however, is his hyper-aggressive, kamikaze-style method of engagement. Unlike the graceful, evasive aerial movements utilized by Mothra, Rodan completely rejects defensive caution, choosing to operate on the battlefield like a heavy, flying jet fighter. He utilizes his altitude and supersonic speed to dive bomb his targets from the upper atmosphere, barreling directly into his opponents with a terrifying amount of kinetic momentum. This high-speed impact allows him to weaponize his massive body weight and igneous armor as a crashing battering ram, delivering a staggering physical blow that can easily knock over massive, ground-based titans. Once he crashes into his target, he immediately transitions into a relentless whirlwind of violence, aggressively flapping his massive wings to disorient his foe, while using his beak and heated claws to tear them apart at close range, showcasing a chaotic, fearless combat style that relies on overwhelming, high-velocity violence. In the complex hierarchy of the Titan world, Rodan occupies a fascinating position, acting less like an absolute ruler and more like a highly intelligent, survival-driven opportunist. He completely understands his place within the food chain and respects absolute power above all else. This strategic submissiveness was vividly displayed when he quickly bowed to King Ghidorah after a brutal defeat and later transitioned into a loyal follower of Godzilla once the king of the monsters reclaimed his crown. Rodan doesn't let pride dictate his actions. Instead, he aligns himself with the reigning alpha to secure his own survival, making him a clever player in the ecosystem. However, despite his terrifying speed and durable volcanic armor, the fire demon possesses clear biological vulnerabilities. His rocky crust provides excellent defense against blunt impacts and thermal energy, but it leaves him highly exposed to piercing attacks and venomous toxins. This critical weakness was completely exposed during his fierce dogfight against Mothra, where her hyper-sharp, venomous stinger successfully penetrated his chest armor. A high-penetration weapon or concentrated toxic element can easily bypass his fiery defenses and damage his internal organs, proving that even a flying volcano can be brought down if an opponent possesses the exact tactical tools to pierce his stone hide. In conclusion, Rodan stands as a completely irreplaceable titan of terror within the skies of the Monsterverse. He is fiercely wild, perpetually burning, and carries the absolute destructive fury of a flying volcano. Without needing any magical abilities, his supersonic speed and molten magma blood have successfully turned him into one of the most terrifying counters to any creature that dares to fly through the upper atmosphere. So, what do you guys think? In a fair, one-on-one aerial dogfight without any sneak attacks, could Rodan successfully dominate and defeat other highly aggressive flying monsters like Kamazots or the Iron Dragon? And are you guys anxiously waiting for a massive, fiery return of the Fire Demon in the upcoming cinematic chapters? Drop your detailed power ratings and combat breakdowns in the comments section below so we can discuss. Make sure to absolutely blow up that like button and hit subscribe to the Sci-Fi Nexus to join us for more breathtaking creature profiles. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all up in the blazing skies.